This is Sex, Lies, and Spray Tans with me, Cheryl Burke, an iHeartRadio podcast.
All right, here we go, you guys. I am obviously going to do reviews on this season, 32 of Dancing with the Stars. And wow, the emotions, my feels, feeling all of the feels. I also cried big time. I know people at home must be crying as well, especially with that tribute to Len Goodman. But let's rewind here a little bit. How perfect is Alfonso and Julianne? I mean, not only are they perfect as a couple, like look-wise, actually, finally, Alfonso has a co-host who's his height. But also the chemistry between the two is honestly just so amazing and refreshing to watch. Congratulations to my former co-star pro dancer Julianne Hough, and it is finally a breath of fresh air. Now, as far as the pro numbers go, or that opening number, it was pretty amazing, you guys. I mean, I prefer, honestly, I love the fact that Julianne and Alfonso started calling his new co-host from space or whatever that was. But honestly, I believe that for me, and I do think as far as the audience goes, I think we would like to see more of that amazing dancing choreographed by Luam, shout out to Luam, actually live on the dance floor, because there's only so much that they can do, right? And I think the beauty of live television is to hear the reaction from the live audience. And boy, you know, that just gives people at home energy. Like when I hear the live audience, like really cheer like they did, for example, when Julianne came out, and for some of the couples when they walked down the stairs for that introduction, it just gives you that extra added bonus, like you're in the ballroom with them. So I thought the dancers were amazing. I loved how Daniela, by the way, looked so beautiful as she introduced us back into the ballroom. I just cannot believe that these three women, Jenna, Peta, and Daniela, just had babies. Like, you guys, look at how gorgeous, and like as if they honestly didn't have babies. Their bodies are in great shape. They're beautiful. I just loved the choreography. I loved how the costumes, I mean, shout out to the wardrobe department. They are back. You can tell that they have the freedom to do what they love to do and what they're best at, which is rhinestones, beaded fringe, and lots of movement, and finally some Latin shoes. This is a ballroom show, and I have to pay homage, honestly, to and pay respects to Conrad Green. When Conrad Green is back, you know that he's back, and so is the show. So let's get this party started, and let's start with couple number one. First of all, that tribute to Len, before I start with couple number one, that tribute to Len had me literally shaking and in tears. I'm so happy that they were able to do that and, you know, dedicate the new Mirrorball trophy to him. Well deserved. And honestly, no one would be able to replace Len. Not any of the judges that are currently there. Nobody. I mean, Len, with the experience he has in ballroom, and the experience he had in general from season one, right? Like no one can actually ever be compared to Mr. Goodman, who I'm sure is looking down on them and all of the performers at the moment. But you know, I again would want to pay respects to Len Goodman. There would have been no Dancing with the Stars without him. You know, as far as three judges go, I actually like it. It's short and sweet. I mean, that's how it started. Three judges. I don't think that, you know, adding a fourth judge or even a fifth judge, I think was a lot. It looked a little crowded up there every time that happened. And I like that there's three judges, you keep it short, you get to the point. And though, you know, a lot of people are asking if Derek can ever replace Len. Len is irreplaceable, as Julianne said. So I actually don't think that is possible, but that's okay. Like, you have fresh eyes, and you also have Carrie-Anne and Bruno, who have been there from the beginning. I do believe that the judges should stay in their lane. As far as, like, you know, Derek has actual experience as a ballroom dancer. I love that Carrie-Anne kind of talks about the artistry, the lift police over there. And then you've got Bruno. You know, when it comes to leg action and technique, I would just leave it up to Derek for that one. But anyway, let's move on to couple number one. Oh, and by the way, Bruno's shirt with all of those rhinestones underneath his blazer. I mean, would you expect anything less? Loved it. I miss everybody so much, and I am rooting for all of you guys. So let's move on to couple number one, Sochi and Val. They got a 6-6-6, which is technically like a 8 or 9 if this was like week 5 or 6. I believe that they are super cute. What a great way to start off the show. But I think I would have loved to see Val possibly with like an actual woman, right? This is obviously, what I'm saying is not to offend anybody, but I'm also wanting to just like the pairing, right? Like I love that Val was with Zendaya, but that was years ago. I mean, Val is such a man when he dances, and I would have loved to see him possibly paired with Brandon's partner, and then have Brandon be paired with Sochi. But anyway, what's done is done. And as far as their cha-cha goes, look, I think that she has a lot of work to do. And you can't really compare her to Zendaya. Zendaya was a different breed and she was amazing. But yes, she still improved. And I do believe that this couple, if they continue on the journey of improving slowly, it's not about where you start, it's how you finish in this competition. So what a great way to start the show. Solid couple. They have like really innocent, sweet chemistry. She's 17 and Val is a manly man. So hence why I think he would have been best with Lele and Brandon with Sochi. But it is what it is. Great way to start off the show. Now we have Barry and Peta. I have to say, I thought he was going to be a hot mess, but honestly, pleasantly surprised. Very agile, very light on his feet. The transitions between, each step was a mess. However, nothing that can't be improved. And honestly, isn't he older than Donny Osmond by like a decade? I don't know. I haven't done my research, but good on them. Obviously, Peta is my girl. I'm rooting for her. And I did not think it was going to be like that. It is so nice to be able to see the foxtrot and see, proper, I would say, ballroom. I don't agree with Bruno. Again, people like the judges need to stay in their lane because there is rise and fall in foxtrot. However, it is what it is. Good on them. 655 was their score. And he just needs to continue to breathe through each step and keep up the personality. He knows how to get to Carrie Ann's heart. Just a little flirt and a wink does a body good, or does a judge good. And just breathe. You got this. There's a long ways until that mirror ball. So take it one step at a time, my friend. Wow, Jenna has her hands full this season, but not full of ego, which is pleasantly surprising. I believe, and he does come across like he's a sweet, humble little sugar pie. Jenna is clearly excited to be back. She is definitely loves to straddle. And, there's got to be some, I guess, clarity when it comes to teaching the foundation of what the dance is. And I believe Jenna is probably doing that. However, yes, I think his feet, I don't know what shoes he was wearing. He looked like he was wearing not ballroom shoes, but I'm sure it's one of those Latin shoes I put Emmett Smith in, which was like those little tiny heel shoes. You know what? This guy, he can probably wear a Cuban heel, which is basically heels for dudes, and rock it because, he is used to runway. But listen, his moonwalk was actually surprisingly amazing. I wish he would have done another 8 count of that, as well as stayed down in the split a little bit longer or did more of that, because look, that's clearly what he felt good in. There's certain steps and technique that needs to be in the cha-cha. And, look, week 1, he didn't get eliminated, and it's more about the detailing. And it is important to really establish this foundation of no heel leads and smooth on your feet from foot to foot, because it's not like he's not musical. There's a lot more that could have been done with Tyson, I believe. Allison and Sasha. I mean, obviously she is goofy. She's known to be a comedian. Huge fan. And I love that she just was vulnerable in her package and that she had childhood trauma from her mean dance teacher, which is unfortunately common. I remember also still having childhood trauma from when I was being coached as well. Look, less is more. That's all I have to say. I think that their chemistry is great, but the facial expressions, I don't agree with the judges. I think it was too much. I also noticed that there is no troupe this season, which I have mixed feelings about. I think that, again, with Conrad Greenback, our showrunner, or their showrunner now, not ours, he's trying to bring it back. And I appreciate it because I don't think there's time for it. It gives the judges a little bit more time, gives you that chance in the skybox with Julianne to really get to know the couples. And like I've said, those are the key moments. And so far as personality, I love Allison's personality. I also surprisingly love Tyson's personality, but there's no need to over choreograph moving forward. Congratulations to Riley for being a pro. Now, let me just start with this. With all due respect, I'd like to just say that, when I started in 2006, I had already been an experienced competitor in the worldwide circuit of competitive ballroom dancing. I was 21 and I basically just turned professional in the ballroom circuit, meaning I had maybe 1 to 2 students. I wasn't a seasoned teacher by any means, and I had to learn as I went, especially on Dancing with the Stars, right? So, and that was only season 2 of the show. Now that the show's been on for 32 seasons, I think, Riley is only 18 years old, and I am not trying to badmouth anyone. I'm just trying to be honest, and this is what I promise with this podcast, right? So, I just don't know how much competitive ballroom experience Riley has. And to be honest, when it comes to teaching, you're throwing her basically into a pool of sharks with experienced pro dancers on a show like Dancing with the Stars. In a way, is almost setting her up for failure. However, with all of this being said, again, no need to dance around your celebrity. I know that Harry isn't a natural by any means. However, and I believe that actually he's now probably one of the, for me, not the best. Okay. So the worst, especially, for what I've seen. And, I hope that when it comes to choreography, I know this is about the star, but it has everything to do about the pro dancer. And teaching is an art form in itself. And I know there's no troupe back this season, but I think it would have been smart to possibly made sure that she actually had more teaching ability. And I've always said this to the executives, that it's important that you not only audition for their dance ability. That's fine and dandy, but this is not a dance competition about the pros competing against each other. This is about if you can teach somebody, a pedestrian, how to dance and how to bring out whatever they do best, right, onto the ballroom floor. Hopefully they're able to get a contemporary or hip hop routine soon. I'm not sure if that's what they're doing, but it's important to be ballroom specific and to be able to excel in both the standard dances and the Latin dances. I hope that she is getting help, and moving forward, again, stick to the basics. No need to do tricks and flicks and lifts and all of this crap. I know Mr. Len Goodman would say the same. Wow, 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 dee, wow. I am floored and I want to watch it again. I feel like their dance was shorter than everyone else's, but that's not the reason, folks. You know why? It was easy to watch because of the foundation that Daniela drilled into this man. Okay? Jason, if you notice in their package, they were doing rumba walks. I mean, talk about a seasoned dancing pro, okay? She has competed all over the world. And yes, I know this is Dancing with the Stars, but like I said, the celebrity directly reflects on the pro dancer's ability to teach and the choreography and knowing what to do. I mean, you saw Daniela with so many different types of celebrities, not so many, but a couple, and she has an amazing foundation. And this is what I mean. If Jason was paired with maybe a newer professional, I highly doubt you would see this. I am totally rooting for them. Go Daniela. That's all I have to say. What a contender. And what, I understand the judges are not allowed to comment, or they can if they want, I guess, to comment on the pros because they have before. But, it has nothing to do with his musical background, because there's many musicians that have been on the show that didn't have the quality of movement that Jason has, okay? It has everything to do with a pro dancer. Go team, go. Okay, so we've got Jamie Lynn, Spears, and Allen. I thought that it was supposed to be a tango, which means it's supposed to be really intense and not so smiley and bouncy and campy. I love Jamie Lynn's dedication, and I love how real she is. It's really refreshing to watch. And yeah, I understand, girl. My head is my own worst enemy, or I'm my own worst enemy as well. But this is the one thing you can't do on Dancing with the Stars is overthink anything. I know it's easier said than done. Trust your partner. Go out there and I would just say, get the character of the dance. It's all in the eyes. Squint. Adrian and Britt, they danced to salsa. And I know Emmett Smith, my partner, former champ, season 3. What? Shout out to Emmett. I thought it was a little too rough around the edges. I don't know what that beginning was, but he definitely has potential. And I would like to see a little bit more chemistry between the two. Also, I think blink, my man, like blink the eyes a little bit because it's all in the eyes. You kind of remind me of actually Chad Ochocinco. Like it's all about the fluidity. That's why Emmett Smith was called Twinkle Toes. It's because we really worked the detail. It wasn't about hitting anything. It was about how you get from pose to pose or from movement to movement. It's all about the detailing, the in-betweens, and the fluidity, meaning like you want to gracefully get there, right? That's what makes ballroom so beautiful. But honestly, I think work on the chemistry between the two of you. Lele and Brandon, first of all, Lele, you are spectacular. Yes, I agree that, the chemistry between the two of you could be better, which is why in the beginning I said that possibly Lele and Val would have been better together just because Lele is a woman. I'm not saying that Brandon is not a man by any means. He is definitely a macho man, but I agree with macho man. Anyway, I agree with Carrie Ann. I think with a little bit more experience, maybe 10 years from now, Brandon, you could get another Lele. But right now, I don't know if it's a perfect match, but that doesn't mean that there isn't room for improvement. But holy crap. Now, I would want her to be my dance partner. Mira and Gleb, oh my gosh. She is actually, her leg action is pretty amazing. She reminds me of season 2, Stacy Keebler and those legs. Oh my goodness. And, yes, I think they definitely could make it to the semifinals. I love the basic routine. I think it's great that they are paired together. They're a perfect match. Also, I think Mira needs to just honestly let go of the insecurity. Be vulnerable, be who she is. Obviously, this is the first night. You can get that out of your system now. First night jitters. It is what it is. But continue on. Stick with the basics. A few of the pros could definitely get a note from that choreography that Gleb put together. I thought it was awesome. Wow. We've got a lot of couples this season. Mauricio and Emma, pleasantly surprised with the jive. Charity and Artem, obviously she was amazing. I would have liked to see more attack in the tango, a little bit more aggression, a little bit more animalistic, but well deserved as far as the highest score so far of the night. Charity and Artem, I don't believe that the DWTS curse will be affecting them this season. So I know that my first guest on Sex Lies and Spray Tans, Trista Sutter, said that she gave Charity a little pep talk. However, Artem is harmless. Ariana and Pasha, you know what? I called it from the beginning. I am rooting for them. They are my winners. I'm telling you right now. You know why? Because Ariana is in the best hands possible. I don't know if you guys remember our quick little tango we did last season, but holy shit. Pasha can handle a woman, honestly. Though he may not be a physically huge man, this man, anytime I would dance with him, he's the most amazing to dance with because he's like, you know what? Give me that weight. Give it to me. And that's a real man. So Ariana, you're in good hands. And you know what? You're fire. You are fire. And I know from experience, I've been cheated on a few times. Girl, you got this. There's nothing better than that, first of all, red revengeful dress that you wore. Yes, and you better give us those eyes in the camera. You didn't even blink. That's a girl right there. That's a woman made of confidence. I am proud of you. I am proud to be rooting for you. Whether you win or not is irrelevant. You've already won. You are on to bigger and better things. So thank God it happened. You can't end this episode of Sex, Lies, and Spray Tans without a little rapid fire. But before I do, I would like to congratulate all of the couples. You know, it's not easy. And congratulations to Julianne and Alfonso. What a refreshing breath of fresh air that was. And awesome job to the judges as always. And yeah, I miss everybody. It was great to see everyone just killing it. And obviously, we cannot end this episode with me doing rapid fire on myself. Here we go. Len's tribute, just crying, ugly crying. That was me about 7 hours ago when the show started, it feels like. Best feet goes to Mira and Gleb. Worst feet goes to Matt and Coco. Most fun couple goes to, I would say, Jason and Daniela. They're really fun. Couple you think will struggle. Every single couple will struggle, but I think Adrian and Britt. Best package, I would say, goes to Jamie Lynn and Alan. I love her authenticity. Viral couple goes to Ariana and Pasha. I feel like I'm announcing the Oscars. Most surprising, Jason and Daniela. Most likely to improve, I would say Sochi and Val. Who would you want as a partner from the cast? Pasha. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, it would be, I would say Jason, though I'd have to be half my size. But anyway, who cares about that? Top 3 prediction. Well, it's going to be a husband and wife from the Pro Dancer. This is my prediction, you guys. I'm going to call it out right this second. Ariana and Pasha, Jason and Daniela, and Charity and Artem. Mark my words. See you on the other side. Make sure you comment and follow at Sex, Lies, and Spray Tans. See you soon.
Make sure you guys follow us at Sex, Lies, and Spray Tans on our Instagram handle, and make sure you comment. Let me know who you want me to interview. What do y'all think? Let me know.